Hey guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 Island Living video. Today we're going to be looking at the gameplay and this is presented by EA Game Changers. So I am still here in LA, so apologies for any weird sounds or background noises or anything like that. I don't have my usual setup, but we're going to be going through the gameplay now. So as many of you know, I'm not much of a creative sim guy, but of course we start out there, we make my sim. What did I call him? I think I called him Fun Bag Paper Cut. I don't know. Yeah, so there are two new traits, Child of the Islands and Child of the Ocean. Child of the Ocean, I believe, makes them enjoy water more and water-related activities, so they'll be pretty happy swimming in the ocean. Child of the Island sort of gives them a more innate connection to the islands, and it means you can summon the island elementals, which are basically essentially a bunch of ghosts that will either, I think, give you positive benefits or negative benefits, depending on how they judge you and your island-related activities. So there's a bunch of really nice new hairs and clothes. I mentioned, actually, I don't know if I might have mentioned in the build video, but the creator sim is really nice. I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but we're choosing some nice, colorful outfits. We got one of the nice new hairs there as well. And he's looking pretty good. I was trying to go colorful, I think, is what I was trying to do. Oh, also, because the whole sun tanning thing. I don't know. I was about to say sun baking. I guess you could. The whole sun tanning thing, depending on what clothes you're wearing, you get actual tan lines. And it even works with like transparent clothing as well. So if there's like a semi-transparent kind of thing that you're wearing, it'll be semi-sunburnt or tanned through it. So I was trying to choose some interesting clothes that we could play around with that as well. So that's also fun to know. And that is something that I don't know why I'm talking about it now, but I've got nothing to say about Creator Sim because I don't really know. But that sun tanning will only, happen if you make it happen. If you click to tell your sim to go tan, then they'll tan and they may get sunburnt, but you won't just randomly get sunburnt by being outside. What is he wearing? Sorry, I didn't see half of these outfits when I was playing because I just made them. I was like, I don't want to spend all my time in Creator Sim because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other channels that have spent a lot of time in Creator Sim, so I would recommend checking out some other channels for that kind of stuff. But me, just made the one sim. So now we're going to be looking at the world of Sulani, which has three neighborhoods. One is like the town center, one is the conservationist island, and one is the sort of more upmarket one. So Ohanali town is like the main location, the town center. That's where some of the local events happen. So if we have a look at it, once a tiny fishing camp that was nestled between tropical jungles and calm lagoon waters, Ohanali town has become one of the most bustling areas of Sulani. Developing into the main town of the region has not changed the deeply rooted sense of community and their strong connection to the island traditions. Actually, that reminds me, randomly neighbors of the town or people in the world will come around and just give you spare food that they made and they have leftovers. So they'll just come by like, hey, we got extra food, here you go. And then they'll sort of just come and hang out and socialize. So that's kind of cool. So Mua Palam, this is the sort of conservationist island area that goes hand in hand with Korea, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. Says nature rules this island from the active volcano to the flowing waterfall down to the depths of the secluded cave. This remote destination in the Sulani island chain is a place for exploring the beauty of nature. That's right. There's an active volcano. The volcano looks really cool, but you can't really do anything with it. It's just a really cool visual. Waterfall, you can woohoo in it, and you can also shower in it. And then also there's a little cave you can enter, but that's sort of like a text adventure kind of thing. Last up, Lani St. Taz, I think, maybe. An idyllic tropical paradise where the beaches are filled with white sand and the waters are warm and vibrant. The lush jungle environment here is perfect place for getting lost in the timeless island spirit. So that's the much more upmarket, fancier place where all the rich people are going to be living. So yeah, those are the three different areas. The world has 14 lots, so it's not huge. Unfortunately, we've been getting a chain of smaller worlds, but we've got 14 in this one. So a little bit bigger than Strangerville, which, thank God, because that was a game pack. It's also bigger than Del Sol Valley, which was 11 lots. I think Strangerville was 12, maybe? But anyway, let's go ahead and now jump into the game. So of course, the first thing I want to do is run into the ocean and go swimming around, which is finally been added to the game, but it's important to note that it is not an existing world. So they haven't gone back and made ocean swimmable in previous worlds, but they have said there's potential to add it into future worlds for everyone. So just keep that in mind. But hey, look, there's dolphins. Yeah, this is actually really cool. And this is not something I expected to see at all, is, dolphins just swimming around and then actually being able to interact with them. So there's a bunch of different options just to have a bit of fun. They even appear in your relationship panel, much like, Bluffy or something like that does. So we just sort of played around with the dolphin and had a good time. It was actually, you know what? Looking at this as well, I think the the water looks really good, and the actual dolphin, like, I don't know, for some reason the dolphin just I really liked it. I was just having fun with that. But anyway, I've gone over to the sort of island bar area now just to get a sort of vibe of the place, because the whole world, you know what, as far as like pre-built lots go, they've actually done a really good job in this expansion. At least I think, because I think all of these lots really fit the whole style of everything. But with that trait, we're going to summon the island elementals, which you can see here are the sort of green ghosts that are around, and we can ask them for judgment. And I'm not exactly sure what that does. I think it can give you some bonuses and little benefits and perks here and there, but my guy unfortunately did not pass judgment. I'm also just trying to get to know people around town throughout this, because I'm trying to learn who a mermaid is so that we can become one. As you can see, we have failed our judgment, so we don't get anything special. The elementals are not happy with us. So these spirits will appear once a day on your lot if you have the lot trait, so you can just take this off if there's not something you're into. But basically, if you sort of communicate with the spirits, they will kind of attach themselves to your sim, which is kind of creepy, to be honest. But you'll see it here. The spirit sort of attaches onto my sim, and you'll also see his hunger will immediately go all the way up. And then throughout the day, he actually does get skill building bonuses, and I think a few other things as well. So there's a few positive benefits from doing this. And then throughout the day, it gradually fades away, and then you can get like sort of re-get it in the morning. Now we are doing the conservationist career, which is the new work from home career. So we actually go to this island, to this world, and start, you know, basically just checking off the list. But I did find a mysterious little cave here, and I wanted to go in it because I was like, what is this? I was kind of interested. But as I mentioned earlier, it is just kind of like a little text adventure. You get these little bits of information that, you know, tell you what happened. But one thing that I did notice was that if you keep going in it, the sort of whole cave wall starts getting painted and a picture is getting revealed. Next up, we actually have the waterfall, which my sim decided to just take himself to and have a shower in. You can also woohoo in the waterfall, which is pretty exciting. And then other features of the world, like, I mean, look at this. I just thought this looked so good. There's unfortunately, no interactions with the lava. I was going to say the lava volcano. There's no interactions with the volcano, but it looks amazing. And it even sounds really good. Just there's so much to like look at in this world and just like zoom in on. Also, all of this space right now, like I'm so far away from where my sim is. This is all part of the neighborhood. So you can see I've actually brought my sim over here. I use this little location to complete the job task for the day. And it's also important to note that that area is massive, so sometimes a boat would be useful instead of swimming. And then another job task, this is the next day, we've actually gone forward in time, was to like sort of collect trash from around the island. We're trying to conserve it, trying to clean it up. So that's what we're sort of doing with that. There's a few different tasks here and there as you sort of level up through the career. Now, as far as sun tanning goes, you sort of lay down on a beach towel or a lounge chair, or I think you can do it on boats as well. You just tan. If you leave them there long enough, like I might have, you will become a little bit of a lobster, which we should see in just a moment. You do sort of, if you get off early enough, you'll be fine and you get a glorious tan, but God, that would hurt so much. That is a full body tan. And if we just change clothes now, you'll be able to see the sort of tan lines where his chest is much lighter. You know, you can see what he was wearing before. And if we do the old nude, you can see he is super red, and that is gonna hurt so much. I even got a little sunburn here, but that didn't hurt. But that's why I've got like a little red there. So now this is one of the new events. This is a Kava party. Kava is like a traditional island drink. So you invite the town around, do Kava toast. They all drink it together, socialize basically. And as part of the new aspiration, the beach life. So yeah, no, that's what I was sort of working towards. Unfortunately, it didn't count me tanning. A sunburn does not count as a tan, so I actually have to go and tan again after the sunburn fades away. Someone's sleeping in my bed. Get out of there. These are cool, floating sort of lounge chairs. This is where I decided to go tan. These also work in pools. I believe boats also work in pools. I didn't try it myself, but I believe I heard that. So that's interesting. You can make a big pool and put a boat in, put a jet ski in it or something. One thing I did notice is I don't know if it's easy. I'm not sure if I just missed it. Look at that glorious tan though. But you couldn't see them tanning in as the process. It kind of just appeared when you sort of told them to stop tanning. but maybe that was just me. I don't know. But you do see them sort of smoldering when they're going to burn. So you do get that visual. Now, this part here, this is the next part of the conservationist career. We are sort of spraying for invasive species. You have to sort of go around and survey plants on the island. Some of them may be infected, and we can spray them to sort of clean them up. And then here is one of the sort of, I guess, festivals. It's kind of like a festival, but it's not. It doesn't like pop up in your game like City Living. It just sort of happens in the background. If you don't go there, you don't see it. And at this point, so this is like 1.5 hours of gameplay. I was doing a lot of other stuff, but mostly just boring stuff because I was trying to talk to a lot of Sims and become friends with them so I could find out who a mermaid was, so I could meet one, and then it never happened. I wasn't able to make friends fast enough. It's kind of just like real life, unfortunately. But anyway, so in the meantime, we did find this little festival. These kind of pop up. There's a few different ones that will appear. This is in the main neighborhood. And the whole town just comes together, hangs out. There's bonfire. There's like local foods and all that. And here I'm just trying to chat with people, trying to get to know them so we can actually, ask if they're a mermaid and potentially become one ourselves. So I don't actually have any mermaid footage, which seems kind of dumb now that I think about it. I probably should have done it, but the problem was so this was the first day of capture. The second day I did a build the entire time, so I completely forgot about it. But I'm sure almost everyone else has footage of mermaids, so I'll just be a little bit late to the party when the game comes out. Yeah, so this is pretty much all the sort of gameplay stuff I got done. I didn't get too much done just because I was trying to make friends. And then I did a build. So if you do want to check out the build, I talk a lot more about build mode, and we see a lot more of that in that video, which will be linked somewhere down below. So you can go check that out. But I hope you enjoy this sort of short, quick look at the gameplay. Of course, I'll be doing a Let's Play when it comes out. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and have an awesome day. Oh, and also let me know what you think about the pack so far. When it comes out, I kind of want to do a full-on thoughts and opinions and impressions of the expansion pack too. But till then, I'm going to do my outro again. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.